Hello everyone, my name is Lightning, and I am working on a game called One Night at Freadbears Family Diner, a Fnaf Fan game, which means I don't have to think much about the what I am doing, but the how I'm going to do it. This game was originally made in GameMaker 1.4, but then Yo-Yo Games decided to absolutely obliterate GameMaker and make it impossible to use. But thankfully Unity is a thing. I started working on the game in the previous video, which you could check out up here, and now we're going to continue. This video is going to be a devlog, or at least going to try to be a devlog instead of a speed build, because I was told and agreed that devlogs are more entertaining. So let's see if I can replicate what other people like these guys do. So first thing I did was spruce up the main menu a little bit, adding things I said I would do in part 1. Animations! Animations were added to give the main menu a little more spice and less boring. But there's not much to the main menu, so let's probably go on to the easiest scene in the entire game, the newspaper. The newspaper is literally a gamed object as big as the camera with the newspaper sprite on top of it. Nothing else to it. The hardest part was the fade stuff, which needs to be used in almost all the transitions in the entire game. So it's not really anything specific to the newspaper. And going back through and testing it, I've now realized that it doesn't work. Probably should have tested this before. But whatever, it's not important, let's move on. Also, I know that I probably should have a warning screen here warning the player that this game is absolutely hot garbage. And also maybe a night begins screen right here, but it's fine. We'll just move on to the office, which may or may not be the entire game. Now, the best part of already working on this game means I already have all the assets to do it. So all we have to do is drag this sprite here, mess around with the scale a little bit, and there we go, we have our office. Now, first thing we need to do is our flashlights so that we can see the monsters coming towards us in the hallway. So all we have to do is write some code down, do some dragging, and boom, flashlight. Now, the next few things of the office involved me getting a little more heated because it involves animations. There is probably a better way to do this, but I have the camera in the same scene right next to the office. This is the way I did it in GameMaker, this is the way the tutorial I followed in GameMaker did it, so I thought it would work in Unity as well, and it worked. It took a little bit, but it works. The animations, though, on the other hand, are a different story. Not these stupid blinking suckers on the camera, but the flip up, flip down of the camera. This is because the animations can be played on a different x-axis. How did this happen? This is a 2D game. Thanks, Unity. But it's mainly because it would flip over to the camera before the animation would be finished playing. But it's fine. I just created a whole new script that allows me to wait some time before doing an action using this thing called IEnumerator. What is this IEnumerator? I have no clue. All I know is that it allows me to use this line of code here, which allows me to wait for a certain number of seconds. This script will probably be used several times for the animatronics and maybe a few other things, but the camera eventually started working, and by working I mean we can flip from the office to the camera and back again. Now, the last thing I worked on was the door. Oh my gosh, the door. The door gave me the most problems. Let's start with the first thing that gave me problems. The door button. This should have been easy, but no. Usually buttons, or the easiest way to do buttons, is using the Unity UI system, but I thought that would be lame, so I figured out how to use a box collider as a button. Now, the button originally was simple: press it and it turns red, press it again, it turns green. Sounds simple? It took 2.5 hours to implement. The reason it took so long was because of a few teeny beady equal signs. I wasn't too happy after that. Now, the actual door also was frustrating and took a longer time, but the solution wasn't as simple as forgot equal signs and if statement. The door taught me that animations are the worst thing to implement in games. Unity has 2 different ways to add animations to your game. Why? Why do I need 2? And the worst thing is that one method allows you to do something that the second one doesn't allow you to do, but the second one could do something that the first one could do, and the first one could do something that the second one can't do. It just all gets complicated and it just becomes an utter mess. I originally had a paragraph or 2 in the script explaining the differences between the 2, but then I realized no one will understand unless they're hardcore Unity nerds and they look real carefully at my wording and stuff. So I just scrapped it all. Anyway, after a few days of working, the door works. Partially. I also was able to get GameMaker 1.4 back, so if I really wanted to, I could continue development on GameMaker and not Unity. But no, I like Unity despite the many troubles it gives me. I can use GameMaker actually to compare the Unity version and the GameMaker version, and holy crap, the camera is a lot snappier. Don't forget to subscribe and check out my Discord server to be notified when I post part 3 of GameMaker to Unity. Next time we will be working on getting the camera system actually working. See ya!